Waiting for that microphone to warm up. And there it is. Welcome home, Bitcoin truth seekers. It is Saturday, January 18th, 2020. It's 7:34 a.m. here in the Arizona desert. This seems to be the world sentiment right now. They're buying Bitcoin. And for all the reasons that you see noted here in the picture also. Tether into Bitcoin, 2.19 billion. That's not bad at all. We'll just go past this stupid money grab called Bitcoin Cash and note Ethereum. Tether into Ethereum at 1.38 billion. Do note this also, Bitcoin into Ethereum at 1.31 billion. Then I thought I'd mention this too. Top 20 cryptocurrencies by 24-hour volume. Bitcoin, 11 billion. EOS, 9 billion. Ethereum, 9 billion. Look what a player EOS is getting to be as far as at least volume right now. Bitcoin market cap's 162 billion. Now, real volume last 24 hours across the top 10 exchanges from the hard but fair, very, very truthful Messari IO is 783 million. So we're under a billion in volume. That's all right. It's Saturday. We're rolling into the weekend. Now, what everybody's watching, well, at least I'm watching. Last week's candle was green and quite the pillar of wind. And this week's candle appears that it may close the same. So, this is wonderful. Note here on the weekly, the MACD on the weekly is about to turn positive if we continue our uptrend. I know I've gone about that quite a lot. Definitely, I have an alert set to know when this actually triggers because I'm going to be watching price action when it does because it is a very watched indicator on the weekly and daily for Bitcoin. Bitcoin on the daily. Of course, the MACD has been positive for a long time. This here is a directional index. It is pumping green. Very, very powerful. The daily is a very strong looking chart. But an issue that we do have is right here. The white line, the white moving average. That is a 200 moving average. So we are approaching that and we're going to attack it. Soon we will see the price probably banging on it and seeing if it can get above it and then seeing if it can create support on it and keep moving up. Even if we just started traveling for a while along the top of it, that would be a very positive sign. So that's what it's about. Now, volume is slowing this because it is weekend. Weekly MACD is about to turn positive, and well, we might see an attack this weekend of Bitcoin on that 200 moving average. So be watchful. I definitely have an alert right here to see if the price action does cross the 200 moving average on the daily, because if within the same moments, and it could happen, weekly MACD turns positive and we get over the 200 moving average on the daily, well, let's look at a very short time frame, the 45-minute chart. Now, I know this is a short time frame, but I did notice a channel forming here. And earlier this morning, we did break below it, and now we're challenging it, trying to get back in that zone. Directional index here is pretty darn weak. It's even been negative a bit. So on the very, very short time frame, we shall see. Could we see a dip this weekend all the way down to around 8,600, down to this 200 moving average on the 45-minute chart? Hey, it's possible depending on how you look at charts and draw lines, etc. So be watchful this weekend. We shall see what happens. I think this weekend and next week are going to be, well, pretty darn epic in knowing about what is Bitcoin going to do. So in summary, strong candle the previous week, strong candle this week. Will we close in the green? I'd imagine. And I would love to see next week the body of that candle start above the body of this week's candle. It's not a perfect setup, but it's called in the kind of the Zen art of candles. It would be called a three soldiers, and it's usually a very, 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 very bullish sign. Of course, three soldiers needs to have no wicks, etc., but that's fine. We'd be very, very close to that pattern if we close in the green, and then next week's starts above the body of the candle, starts above this week's. That's going to be pretty rocking. I think that's going to be good for sentiment. Watch that MACD to change positive on the weekly. Watch the price action this weekend on the daily. Will it get over that 200 moving average? Well, it's looking strong. MACD would say so, and directional index is definitely rocking. So we shall see. Keep an eye on it. 45-minute chart. Yes, short time frame, but we are well above the 200 moving average. But I think we're starting to get weak in this channel that we've been traveling up. So, could we see a drop down? Well, if we do a little bit of a retrace this weekend, I'm looking at this 200 moving average, which is right below 8,600. So, that's where I've got a buy order in to catch it if it happens on the way up. Hey, I'm a member of Blockchain Education. I have been for over 2 years. It's where I've learned to make money, whether Bitcoin's pumping or dumping, whether it's alt season or not. You can always make money. This is where I definitely sharpened my skills in the crypto market. Hey, there's a massive discount if you click on the affiliate link in the description. Hey, I'd love to see you there. 2020 is a rocking year. I mean, this is what 2020 is going to be about if you ask me. And this is definitely how you can make crap tons of money in the crypto market, I think. So, obstacles can't stop you, weather can't stop you, heartbreak can't stop you, failure cannot stop you, only you can stop you. Keep hanging. You are a warrior if you're keeping at this. This is more than about just the price action of Bitcoin on a daily basis. This is definitely the peaceful revolution. You're a warrior in that. Keep fighting, keep hammering. I'll see you tomorrow.